Sherry and Snickers. Snickers is here with us today. He's put in apparently a quick appearance. We are here. Welcome to our craft room. What are you doing, little boy? He says, I don't know, Mama, but I'm gonna do it, whatever it is. But anyway, we have Snickers here. We have Jelly Bean over there. And we have Artemis. So, almost all of the crew is here today. Hecate is not. Apparently I didn't arrange things with her publicist in time for her to make an appearance, so she's not here with us today. But anyway, the little boys are, and Artemis is. So, here we are. We'd like to welcome you to our craft room. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so happy you're here. If you're returning, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for the likes, the subscribes, all of that. I love the comments. I will say I will always respond to every comment. Snickers, what are you getting into? He says yes. Just yes. In other words, anything he can find. But anyway. What are you doing? You're bullying the dog, aren't you? Oh, no, litter box time. Lovely. But anyway, so today, this is my 5th Flosstube, and I have cat hair on my face because cats. You would think I'd be used to it by now, but anyway. This is my 5th Flosstube. Thank you. Welcome. I'm so happy everyone is here. Today I have progress. I have a little bit of haul, and I have a few finished objects from around the house that I figured I would show. So anyway, let's get started with progress, because everybody loves progress. Progress is awesome. In some cases, not always. Progress is doing a lot of damage to a lot of things. But anyway, so the first one is The 4 Elements by Satsuma Street. And the first release, this was a stitch along. The first release was water. The second was earth. I have not printed out air yet. And fire should be released anytime now. They're releasing them every 3 weeks. So if it's not released today, it'll be released next week. Really? You have to attack your brother while he's in the litter box. That's rude and nasty. But anyway, little boys. Last time you saw this, I had done this much. Now, I've made considerable progress. And I'll fold it because that's a big piece of fabric. I have this much. This one is proving to be a fairly quick, easy stitch. It's just blocks of color. Nothing fancy, no confetti. It's proving to be pretty easy, pretty quick. If I just had more time to stitch on it. Now this week I have had more than usual because it is so deathly hot outside. It is so brutally hot outside that we really can't go outside. We've just been living in the house. This next one is the Haunted Halloween Stitch Along from Fat Quarter Shop. I've got threads everywhere. Now, they've already released all the pieces. And as always, I'm behind, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. It is what it is. this is how much I had done last time. I had finished the first section and had started on another section. But now I am over halfway done. I have this much done. This is another one that is quick and easy. Back quarter shop patterns usually are, because they're just simple blocks of color. So theirs are generally projects that can be done fairly quickly. And I really want to get this one finished because I want to start another stitch along that's coming at the end of the month. So I want to get that one finished. The next one that we have progress with is the Botanical Blackwork by the Steady Thread. Last time you saw it, it looked like this. I had the first little square and part of the frame done. But I put in some more work, and now I have the first 3 squares done. And this one is 14 count Aida, and it's just in light blue. I'm using 1 strand of thread, but this one is also going fairly quickly when I stitch it because it's very repetitive, especially this border. You can sit down and just start doing the border, and the next thing you know, you have a whole section done, which is what happened here. But since it's so repetitive, it does go fairly quickly. Once you sit down and really concentrate on working on it, you just start getting in a groove, and the next thing you know, you have a whole section done. So that one's fairly quick. The next one I've made progress on is Treasure Island Stitch Along from Owl Forest Embroidery. Last time you saw it, I had just begun, and I just had a small start on the first section I'm stitching. It's actually the second section that was released, but the first section that was released was the title, and that was at the top middle part of the fabric, and I wanted to start at the far left top corner. So I did the second release first, if that makes sense. But I have finished that section now, and this is what it looked like before, and this is what I have done. This entire section is done. So now I will go back and I will do the first release, which was the title. But progress on that one. Very nice. And that one I'm doing on 16 count Aida that I have tea-dyed. And the next one is my Mill Hill, the Moonstruck. I have been working on it. I am trying to get it done. Now, what I'm going to say is Jelly Bean and Snickers are not always that calm. And when Mama pulls up her cross stitch, they get excited. But when Mama pulls out the beads, then they really want to help. So progress is slow, but I have been working on it. When you last saw it, it looked like this. I had done the white and the ecru and the moon, and I had just begun the black and charcoal gray sections. I am kind of color completing this, okay? And I didn't put a board behind it so that you could see what I've stitched, because trying to see the black and charcoal gray on charcoal gray doesn't work. But as you can see, I had already done the moon. Now I've already outlined the cat with the rainbow beads. Now I'm starting to stitch the branch, and I've outlined this little house here, and I'm starting to bead the border, and I'm starting to fill in all of this black on this side. So that's what I've gotten done. As I said, there's progress. It's just slow progress with the help that I have available. Whether I want help or not, I have help. Because beads are fabulous. But anyway, so I've got that. I did not work on my stamped kit. I didn't want to. I don't hate it. It's just that stitching that stiff fabric hurts my hands. You know, arthritis, old age, all the loveliness. But I just, one, I didn't want to stitch on it. I admit it. And two, I am trying to finish the Haunted Halloween Stitch Along from Fat Quarter Shop because there is another stitch along coming that I want to start when it starts. I'm not going to keep up with it. I can't. I've tried. It doesn't work. But I want to start it when they start. And I'll get to that because it's part of my haul. So I got the fabric for it. So that's all my progress. Chai. I love my chai tea. Anyway, we can move on to a few of the fully finished projects that I have. First, we have Pick Your Poison. And I know there's a glare, and I'm trying to keep it minimal, I guess. It's not working, but I am trying. You can see the reflection of my desk and everything else. Isn't that lovely? There. Is that a little better? Now you can see the doorknob in the middle of it, but this is Pick Your Poison. Oh my gosh. It is a pattern from one of the Halloween editions of Just Cross Stitch. As I mentioned before, I love growing and reading about and learning about poisonous plants. And I have a cabinet. I also do herbal medicine. And I have a cabinet in my dining room with all of my dried herbs and things of that nature. And my son loves to tell people who come to my house, don't touch anything in that cabinet because whatever's on there will kill you. Okay. And so I figured this would be perfect. You know what? Pick your poison. But anyway, there's that one. This was a Christmas stitch along from Stitchonomy, and I finished it on just a plank of wood and then outlined the border with a Christmas ribbon. I did not enjoy stitching it. I don't really like the finished project. I used all the called for floss colors, all the called for fabric, everything. I don't like it. But I stitched it, so I hang it up in the winter. Because it's not really Christmas themed, it's more winter. I don't like the projects that are just, here's a line of this, here's a line of that. To me, that's not very creative. The stitch along like the Haunted Halloween, where you get sections and then after all the sections are stitched, you have an entire picture. I like those. The one like the 4 elements, I like that one because when you're done, you have an entire picture. This is just rows of objects, and to me that's boring. But I stitched it, so I do hang it up. And nothing against Stitchonomy. I have some of her other patterns in my little cup to stitch that are nice. It's just I did not enjoy that one. And I actually did that one in the time frame. The next one I have, now this one is going to have to be reframed because it met the kittens. They knocked it off the wall. So the whole thing has shifted down. As you can see, the frame has seen better days. It's coming apart in this corner. This one had a bad day, okay? Because kittens. And to be fair, it's my fault. I'm used to having grown cats. And I had it hanging too close to the cat tower. That's my fault. I admit it. I own it. But that was my fault. It is what it is. But anyway, this one will have to be reframed. But this one is also from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. One of the Halloween editions. I don't know which one. The next one, which was its partner, they were hanging together, is this little black cat. The little orange scarf is stitched in Krynic. And it's just a simple little quick thing. And I had the two of them hanging together until one of them hit the floor. As they do. It's okay. They were just cheap frames that I bought on sale. So it's all right. I may actually refinish them to be an ornament or something. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. This next one is one that I stitched for my daughter for Christmas last year. As I mentioned before, she loves all things Disney. She also loves all things pink. So when I saw this one, it was perfect. And I'm so sorry about the glare. I don't know how to fix it. But in any case, this one is a pattern that I got from an Etsy shop. I can't find the shop anymore. I don't think they're still open or doing business. But this one I did get from an Etsy shop. And it's just on white 14 count Aida. It's just black and pink thread. Nothing special, but she loves it. It hangs in her room. Next, this one is from another Just Cross Stitch magazine, although I don't think it's a Halloween one. I think it was from their autumn. I think, but it's just a little pumpkin tree. And it wasn't, it didn't take long. It wasn't a hard stitch at all. And I think it turned out really cute. But there's that one. This one, I guess I should do a warning. As I've said before, I do sometimes have a potty mouth. And I do have an attitude. And I own it, and it's okay. I don't have small children in my house. I don't know anyone with small children. Small children don't come to my house. I don't have grandchildren. My youngest child is 29 years old. So I'm not concerned about the language in my house. This is a pattern I designed. It's just a little one. It's a small one. And it was in response to things that were going on in my life at the time. But here it is. And just like when I stitched the No More Ducks to Give, exactly. So I have this one. As I said, I'm not worried about language. I'm not worried about political correctness. It is what it is. It's my house. I can do what I want. Those are the only fully finished objects I have. Artemis is wandering around behind me in case you're wondering what that sound is. I think she's upset that Jellybean has taken over her bed. Although you would think she'd be used to it by now. And the fact of the matter is, he really loves Artemis. He adores her. He always wants to lay by her. And that's what he did, is he went over there and he laid down next to her so he could snuggle with her. And she can't stand it. She got up and moved. The reality is she's afraid of the kittens. But we don't have to talk about that. But anyway, so next up we have haul. Now, I did not buy all of this. I have 2 new needle minders, which I made. I did not buy. I made them. I have a little Christmas Hello Kitty. And as you can see, but I figured I'd get ready for the Christmas season, which is not in July in my house. I just can't. It's 100 degrees outside. I'm not in the mood for Christmas. But this will be ready once I get in the mood. And the next one is a cute little owl with an S. And as I said, I did not buy these. I made them. Every once in a while, I just decide I want something new, but I don't want to go anywhere and go shopping, so I just make it. It happens. But anyway, I got those. Next thing I got, my husband finally took me to the Stitchy store. I love my husband, I do. I did not buy anything. He bought it. As I mentioned before, not last week, but the week before, I had spent all of Monday and Tuesday building a PowerPoint presentation for him for work. So to say thank you, he took me to the Stitchy store. Now the Stitchy store actually isn't that close to us. It's all the way up in Houston and we're south. But it's the closest one to us, unless I want to go to like Joann's or Hobby Lobby. And our Joann's has a pathetic selection of Stitchy stuff, let me tell you. Their sewing selection isn't that great either, unless you're into polyester and spandex. And I'm not. But anyway, to say thank you, my husband bought me some fabric and 2 new patterns. So the first pattern he got me was Tiddles, Meals on Wheels. It goes with the Happy Crisp mouse he got me before for Christmas. I guess this is a whole set, but he's determined now he's going to find them all. Which is fine. I think they're cute too. We're twisted people. But anyway, the next one he got me is from Glendon Place, and this is the first one of their patterns I've ever had, but I really like it. And he picked these out, not me. But it is Spellbound. Let's take it out of the plastic. Maybe that'll help with the glare. But it's Spellbound by Glendon Place. He thought it was really cool. And I like it too. And I think it'll be really nice to hang for Halloween. So he got me those 2 patterns. Then he got me some new fabric. And this is a 16 count Ada. And it is in the colorway Chili Pepper. And it is Chili Pepper Red. And it is washing it. There we go. That's a good picture. That tells you what color it is. But anyway, he got me that one. I don't know yet what I'm going to stitch on it. I will have to find just the right project. But it's a good sized piece. It's 19 by 26. So I have plenty of it. So that's cool. I'm excited about that. Always up for some new fabric. And then apparently they had a special thing going on at the Stitchy store. It is a free pattern, and this is just one of 5 It says, this is the first of a 5-part design that can be stitched individually or in combination with the other 4 parts. Stay tuned. So I got a free pattern, which is cool. So there's that from the Stitchy store that my husband got me to say thank you. I love my husband. Now the next thing I got was from Joann's. They had their floss on sale for 50 cents. So I got some colors. And like I said, my Joann's has a pathetic selection. These were the only colors they had that I don't already have. So I got those. And then from 1-2-3 Stitch, I got a couple of fabrics. This one is an 1/8 of a yard and it's 14 count. And it is in the colorway Goth, which I thought was pretty. I got that one, and then I got another 1/8 of a yard, and it's 14 count, and it is Glacier, which is another one that I thought was pretty. The Goth, I'm not sure what I'm gonna stitch on it yet. The Glacier, I have some sailboat patterns that I may put on it. I think that might work. I have to check the sizing, but I think it might work. So I got those from 1-2-3 Stitch. Not a lot, but they were on sale, so I got them. Now the next thing I got, also from Joann's, is some little charms, and they were only $2.99 for like 6 charms, so I went ahead and got them. And I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to use them on stitching projects or if I'm going to use them because I'm going to make some scissor fobs, and I also may use them on the zipper pulls of my project bags. I haven't decided yet, but I have the watermelon project bag that I might put this little sparkly watermelon on. I'll figure it out, but that's what I got at Joann's. Next, now this is fabric that I ordered specifically for the stitch along I said I wanted to start in July. And this is a stitch along from Noctiflora Designs. I really like her stuff. And it is the Rare Horror Flies. And in the description, she says that this is basically, it's going to be based on the old Victorian, like, butterfly specimen things, but with her little spooky touch added to it. And I love her stuff, I really do. So I went ahead and signed up for it. Well, specifically for that stitch along, Witch's Garden Crafts on Etsy designed a fabric specifically for it, and I went ahead and ordered that, and I love it. And she calls it Deadly Blooms. Let me take it out of the plastic so you can see it without the glare. But it's called Deadly Blooms, and she designed it specifically for the stitch along. So this is what it looks like. It is a purple and green, and I love it. I love it. And that right there is a good picture. That shows you what it really shows you what it looks like. And it's 19 inches by 19 inches. And it comes with a little key charm. An old-fashioned key, which is adorable. I love that charm. So I ordered that to go with the stitch along. So I got that. But she also sent me just a little scrap of an orange, and it's sparkly. I don't know. It has, there we go. It has a sparkle to it. And it is such a vibrant, vibrant shade of orange. I love it. And I know, and it's just a small little square, but I think I can do a Halloween ornament on it. So that's what I'm going to use this little thing for. I'm not being sponsored or anything else, but she has some absolutely gorgeous fabrics on her website. And again, it's on Etsy, and it's Witch's Garden Crafts. So if you want some cool fabric, check hers out. And a lot of them are sparkly like that orange. And I think I'm going to order some more fabric from her. I allow myself to order some stitchy stuff a little bit every month. And I think next month that's what I'm gonna do. Go on her site and get some more fabric, because she does have some beautiful stuff. I also got this year's Halloween cross stitch from Just Cross Stitch. I used to subscribe to Just Cross Stitch magazine, and I subscribed for about 2 years, and I canceled it. And here's why. The Christmas ornament issue, which I rarely found anything I liked in that one, you get with the subscription. This one, you have to pay extra for. And honestly, the designs in the Just Cross Stitch magazine, there weren't a whole lot of them that really called to me. But I do like the Halloween issue, because they typically have some really nice ones in there. And this year there are a couple I want to stitch. Let's see. I want to stitch some of the smaller ornaments. I like that one, which is really cute. But there are some of the bigger ones that I want to stitch as well. If I can find them. Oh. My husband likes that one. He likes that one. He likes another one too. Let's see. But Noctiflora Designs has one in here this year that I want to stitch, and it's this one, which I think is cute, the little eyeballs. I also kind of like the one with the crows. Happy Halloween. But there's a bigger pattern in here that I want to stitch, and I had it marked, but I have kittens, and they pulled my paper clips out because they're helping. Here's one of them. I do like the vibrant orange and yellow together like that. I like that one. But the one specifically, here it is. This is the one. I like that one, and they call it Scroll Pumpkin, but I really like that one. It's different, and it's one that I can actually hang up all fall. It doesn't have to be just Halloween. I really like that one. The other one that my husband likes, well, there's two actually, that he will probably have me stitch. One of them is the Sugar Skull Kitty. He really likes that one. And the second one he really likes, I believe it was in here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. That's a possibility as well. No, there it is. Page 16. Is this one. He really likes that one. So there are several in here that I will probably end up stitching. And then the last piece of haul I got, it's actually sewing, but it's also for stitching. I want to make myself a new project bag, and I found some remnants. Now, I got these online at lafinch.com, and they have a section for end of bolt remnants, just like you would find at Joann's. But they had some gorgeous Japanese brocade with butterflies, and it's metallic, and it is absolutely beautiful. And I want, there we go, it's on a black background, and they're sparkly, they're metallic, and just gorgeous. And I want to make a project bag out of this. Now, I ordered a remnant. They sent me 2. So, apparently I will get several project bags out of this. I don't know, maybe I'll make them and sell them, who knows. But I have 2 remnants of this fabric. So, that's awesome. And it is beautiful. I love it. That's my haul. As I said, I don't really have a garden update. It's just too hot. It's 100 degrees outside. The humidity is 70% plus. You walk outside and you're wet and you can't breathe. You feel like you're underwater. It is that humid and hot. So I don't have a whole lot of garden update. I mean, we're still harvesting Armenian cucumbers. We are still harvesting cherry tomatoes. We're still harvesting peppers. Our melons are producing, but they're not ripe yet. I do have 4 ears of corn out there that are forming. That's exciting. So garden progress has slowed, and it really won't pick back up until fall. And I still have, oh my God, I still have cat hair on my nose. But it won't pick back up really until fall, when it cools down a little bit. Sewing, as I said, I have finished my Halloween quilt top, and now what is left is, of course, to sandwich it, quilt it, and then bind it. I don't know if I can get all this on there. But there it is. There's the quilt top. Like I said, next step is, of course, sandwiching it with the batting and the backing and getting it all quilted, and then putting the binding on it. And the binding is going to be made out of this. So, and this is from the Fat Quarter Shop. It's the Hocus Pocus quilt. So, this will probably be done by my next Flosstube, I would think. Ow? Oh, well. Cat toy. But anyway, that's my sewing progress. I've had plenty of time to work inside because it's insanely hot outside. But anyway, that's this week's Flosstube. Lots of progress. I'm excited about my progress. I'm really hoping that I will have the Haunted Halloween finished before my next Flosstube. That is my goal. So progress on the other projects might slow down a bit while I finish that one. Although it shouldn't be that hard to finish. And it shouldn't take that long. So I hear Hecate. Hi. Come on. Hi, baby. Meow. No? Are you not about it? She can't decide. I think it's just that cat thing where all doors must be open. But anyway, thank you for joining us in our craft room. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do all of the YouTube stuff. You know, ring the bell, hit the like button, subscribe, all of that stuff. And here she is, a little Hecate. She finally decided to come in and join us. So anyway, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for chatting. And I hope to see you next time. Stay cool, stay hydrated, enjoy your summer. Bye-bye.